everyone, and welcome to my channel. All right, today we're gonna have a mukbang, and I got a seafood boil. In the seafood boil, we have corn, potatoes, shrimp, crab legs, boiled eggs. This is just some Minute Maid juice. All right, and then let's talk. So I'm just gonna talk about being a wife, being a mom, why I love it, the hard times, while I enjoy my dinner. So, yeah, just get a seat and come and enjoy. And make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I am really trying to grow my channel. And if you have any questions, just post them in the chat and I will definitely respond. Or if you have more content ideas, post that in the chat as well. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to give y'all just an up-close view. Looks good. All right, and I'm gonna try it. And I actually made this homemade. Let's go. Now, of course, because I'm a mom, it has cooled down some, but it's actually still hot. So I just had to get the house settled down, everybody quiet, just so I could do this video for you all. But that's kind of usually how it is when it's dinner time. If we're not eating dinner as a family, I feed everybody before I feed myself. I don't know if that's a good thing, but you know, it's life. These sausages are good. Okay, let's try this potato. That's delicious. Okay, now let's try the eggs. I just want to try, it's like I just want to try everything. And let me get some extra sauce. It's very good. So I actually I came from the grocery store not too long ago. I had a taste for a seafood boil. My husband wanted steak nachos, so I made him some steak nachos. And I made the kids like some chicken parmesan and pasta. They probably wouldn't mind having seafood too, but it's just something that I wanted to do for myself today. Plus, they need seafood boil jobs if they want to be eating seafood boils. I just cracked these crab legs with my teeth and pulled the meat out. I probably could have cracked this one though, a little different. And excuse me if I'm talking fast. This is my first, I think my son said it's a mukbang. This is my first one. And sometimes I know I could talk fast. I'm gonna try to slow down. Yeah, so I just want to talk about like being a mom and being a wife. Outside a mom and a wife, I am a child of God. And I also work full time. But even though, you know, I work full time, I still try to make my family my priority. And also I'm trying to get more into like self-care and taking care of myself. Because I know sometimes as moms, we can focus so much on the kids or our spouses, or if you're just in a relationship and we don't really focus on ourselves. So that's something that I'm learning to do. Like even small stuff, just like getting my nails done and stuff. I'm just gonna grab this bowl so I can put the scraps in there. I don't want trash in my food. Yeah, but I would say like on social media, sometimes people make it look easy, like being a parent. And then I feel like sometimes people make it look scary. And it's like I understand when some people say, oh no, I'm never having any kids. It's because of, you know, what they see. But honestly, in reality, like I couldn't imagine my life any different. Um, I feel like these crab legs are not cracking the way I want them to crack, but the meat is coming out and it's delicious. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I have shrimp. Let's go. Yeah, so I guess let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm just freestyling here, so if I get off track, excuse me. I would say the good thing about having kids is the unconditional love. Like, I think everybody is loved conditionally, except for children. A parent's love, like a mother's love, and I feel like a child's love to their parent. I feel like it's unconditional. Now I know as people get older, it may become conditional, but those young kids, they love you unconditionally. Don't matter if you yell at them, you know, if you make a mistake, they make a mistake. They know that you love them. And you, no matter like what they do, you know, it's like it's hard to be mad at them. Honestly, a lot of the times it's hard to actually tell them no. But you tell them no for their safety. You tell them no not to hinder them. I think sometimes as parents, we just want to give them everything. You want to give them the world. It's like a do-over from your childhood. But it's like, at any time, it's like if I'm having a bad day, and this is the good stuff. If I'm having a bad day, my kids know. They'll say, Mommy, are you okay? Would you like for us to rub your feet? Do you want to watch a movie? Mommy, how was your day? How was work? Mommy, are you sad? They can feel that energy. And it's like when they're talking to you like that, and you think about whatever made you mad, you forget about it. Like, it's not even worth it when you have these angels here. Also, the laughs. You can tell a bad joke, funniest thing in the world. It don't matter how you look when you tell the joke. It don't matter if your breath stink when you tell the joke. Kids gonna laugh. Mommy breath stink, but her joke was funny. Make sure y'all brushing y'all teeth. Don't have them kids thinking your breath, telling you your breath stink, because they will be honest. Anyway, they just love you unconditionally. You know, the stuff that they go through in school, just the good times. Like, I love when we can take our kids to Disney World. And we try to go every year to every other year. And, well, sometimes every other year we can't make it. But, like, when they're there, the way their personalities just light up. It just feels like, even though you probably just spent thousands of dollars, it's all worth it. And the thing that I was saying about like unconditional love and conditional love, it's like when you have a spouse, You all make vows and you vow to love each other for better or for worse, through sickness and through health. But you also promise to have a marriage before God, which also includes like trust, faith, all of that stuff. And once those vows are broken, people fall out of love. Some people, they fall out of love quick. And so that means it was conditional. It was conditioned upon this marriage. And I won't say contractual, because I don't think that marriage is a contract, but let's say it's a promise. So those vows that you took, they were a promise, and you broke that promise. And so the love that your spouse may have for you, instead of it being unconditional, it's now conditioned. And they no longer love you. Now you got to fight for custody. Like, unconditional love is just what it is. I would say the bad about having kids, though, the cost of living. Like, I used to be like, oh, what's one more kid? One more kid is an extra plate of food. When they're small, it's okay, but they get big quick, right? That's an extra plate of food. Might be an actual extra pound of ground turkey or extra pound of ground beef for when you're making tacos. Um, it's an extra pair of shoes. So if you got to do like back to school shopping or sports, buying one pair of shoes is totally different from buying two. And usually with me, four of my children are in sports. Four of my children are in school. So we're not buying one pair of shoes. We're buying four. When cost of living is already high. Also, my I plan on all of my kids going to private school for high school. So we already have one that's in high school. That's one private school tuition. But next year we'll have two in high school. That's two private school tuitions. So it's like what's already a financial commitment, you gotta double it. When everything in the world is getting higher. I don't know if I've seen one price drop yet. um, the next thing I would say is cleaning up. If you only got one kid, your house could stay spotless. When I only had one kid, my house stayed so clean. All I had to do was straighten up his room. And he wasn't at the time. He wasn't old enough to clean up. He didn't understand the concept of cleaning. Like he's 18 months. So, but at the same time, he didn't really make a big mess. And because it's your only child, you tend to spoil them more. So we watched a lot of TV. I remember when we were when I just had one son, we used to just watch SVU all day. Now he probably shouldn't have been watching SVU, but he loves watching TV with me, and that was my show. When I was in college, I had like an on-campus apartment, and after a long day of classes and his long day of daycare, we come home, make something quick. We used to make, and then we used to get this like dollar drink mix from Walmart that is disgusting now. But back then, oh, it was so good. You make a whole pitcher, put one packet of the little generic Kool-Aid packet in there, then you fill it with water, and it was already like pre-sugared or whatever. So we'll get our juice. I'll fill up his cup, and we'll watch our show. So my house stayed clean. Probably the main thing was like, if my husband and I changed our clothes, just making sure you pick your clothes up and stuff like that. I would say the next thing, I would say the let me see. Oh yeah, so with the cleaning, but like right now, when you got a house full of 7 people, you have to clean every single day. And those people that I see like on TikTok and YouTube, and they got these big houses and they're so clean, it was like you sometimes you admire that and you strive to have that, but I don't think we see the background of them cleaning up all the time. Or, you know, if one of the parents have the luxury of staying home, they can clean. If I had the luxury of staying home, I would clean. So anyways, that's one thing, just having a messy house. But now that the kids are older, they're able to help with cleaning. So it's not as difficult as when everybody was a little younger. You just assign chores. And like sometimes my kids tell me that the kids at their school don't do chores, and I'm like, that's not gonna be us, because I'm not cleaning up after 6 other people by myself. Not every day. I will not. And that's pretty much all I would say. Like, so, and I don't even know if those are bad things. They're not good things, but they're compromises. But they're not deal breakers. So, like I'm making a mess and my hands are dirty. This juice is good. Okay, the ugly. Let's talk about the ugly. I gotta think this through. Okay. I think this is the ugly thing, but this is probably one of the best things too. Having a sick kid. It's ugly because sick kids are the worst. Number one, because they're sick, we can't just assume that they have the flu, they have a cold, they got COVID. You gotta add in pneumonia, you gotta add in croup, you gotta add in bronchitis, you gotta add in hand, foot, mouth, you gotta add in like fungal infections. Like it was one time my kids brought home this infection, and it was like it was a staph infection, and it was like the skin on their face was like growing lesions, and it was disgusting, and it was like their skin was just peeling away, and I swear you would have thought one of my sons was turning into a zombie, to the point where we took him to the doctor. We took him to the emergency room, and they were like, they had never seen anything like it, so they didn't know what to prescribe us. They even brought the OG doctor in there. He was old. He was like, never seen this in my life. They sent us almost like 4 prescriptions. We had like antibiotics, some fungal infection medicine, and I don't even remember like what the other two were for, but they were like something gotta work. So we gave, and at the time, only one of them had it. Was it one? Yeah, at the time, only one of them had it. So we gave him those 4 medicines and it worked. Okay. And he was in 6th grade at the time. He was like 12. So then, like a week later, right after he's getting better, my other son gets it. Now, this kid, he's in 1st grade. He gets it. And so we just take him to his pediatrician. And I just explained to his pediatrician what happened at the emergency room. And I literally gave her the list of prescriptions that my other son got. She pulled up the notes because she's my 12-year-old's pediatrician as well. So she pulled up the notes and she literally just prescribed my 1st grader the same 4 prescriptions. We gave it to him. A week later, my daughter gets it. And like the amount of medicine they're giving you, they're not giving us enough to just share it. Like I could have been like, oh, well, she has it. Let me use one of these prescriptions since I already know what it's gonna be. So, anyways, I take my daughter to the doctor. At that point, they finally figured out what it was. It was a staph infection. All of the cultures had been tested because they had to send it to another lab. And by that time, other children had came in too for it. So it was actually an outbreak on one of the school playgrounds. And then the kids just passed it from school to school. So by the time my daughter had it, a lot of people had it. And I'm like, what type of sugar honey iced tea is this? But like us adults, we didn't catch it. It's like kids are prone to more stuff. But it's like, that's the ugly part, because sometimes you feel bad, like not knowing what's wrong with your child. You don't know what type of pain they feel. If you've never experienced that, children are mean to bullying because the lesions, they were there for months. So I literally had to put gauze. So my 2 younger ones, they got it on their legs, so people couldn't see it. But my older one, it was on his face. So I had to put gauze on his face every day before school. And people were wondering, like, why you got that huge bandage on your face? This is good. I can't believe I'm eating all this. So this is what I have left. All right. But yeah, it's like if you've never experienced it, you don't know what type of pain that they're feeling or anything like that. But the good part of, them being sick is I feel like it brings you closer to them. It humbles you. And it just opens up your heart. And it's like no matter what you have going on at work, who cares? I got a sick baby at home. I'm going to make sure that my baby is taken care of before anything else happens. So I would say that's the ugly. I know I said I was going to talk more about a wife, but I feel like I just talked so much about my mom that I might have to do a part 2 and talk about being a wife. And then I know some people are like, why do you consider yourself a wife and you're more than that? I am more than that, but I love being a wife. I love to serve. I love to serve my husband. I love to serve my kids. I love to serve God. Like, yeah, we have our careers and stuff, but what's a career when you're 80 and I finally got it. you're 80 and your hands barely even work. Who cares about a career then? You're gonna wish that you cared more about family. Work is always gonna be there. Always, because the world has to move with or without you. But your family with you, they move. Without you, they still move, but slower because they miss you. But that job, oh, they gonna move faster than your funeral. But this was good. So because I got my babies, they're probably gonna come in here and they gotta finish the rest of this. And I am full. And thank you so much for eating dinner with me. And make sure that you like, share, and subscribe if you want more content like this. And peace. Bye.